couple of things here that as you know, the title of our class is How to Overcome Objections here in 2013, and really more about how to make sales a little bit faster and hopefully not do as many things as you're doing to try to get some of the transactions. So we're basically going to keep a model. Here are 3 things we're going to discuss, and then we're going to talk about some actual class interaction with some objection handling. So for those of you that thought that you were going to sit here and absolutely do nothing because I was going to sit up here and give you the world of objections, you are 100% totally incorrect. Yes, you're going to participate. It's too late because Felicia, not only am I going to ask you questions, I'm going to ask you to sing your objection handling. For those of you that know Felicia and her singing. So, one, we're going to talk about the difference between a condition and an objection. We're also going to talk about why do we get objections, and you need to understand why objections are cool. Objections are cool. Last but not least, we're going to talk about how do we overcome objections, and we're going to talk about that in the standpoint of, say, mindset, preparing yourself properly, things of that nature. Then we're going to have a little class participation. I'm going to let you guys throw out some objections to me, and then I'm going to let you guys answer the objections you guys throw out to me so I can learn something. How does that sound? Good, good. Well, one of the first things I want you guys to remember, though, is this, that there's absolutely nothing that I'm going to be able to say or that you're going to say that's magic. There are no words that you're going to be able to say that are going to all of a sudden hypnotize people and put them in this magic real estate or sales trance. And all of a sudden they're just going to say, yes, yes, yes. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. And I think that we all know that, right? We all do know that, am I correct? One thing that you can do, though, is you can anticipate what people are going to ask you. You can have a game plan already of how to answer what they're going to ask you. And what this will allow you to do is it will allow you to close more transactions, and it will also allow you to hopefully close them in a faster amount of time. Like, for example, how many times have you taken and shown the same buyer the same house over and over again, and eventually they do maybe say yes to that purchase contract? How many times have you gone on a presentation, a sales presentation, listing presentation, or whatever type of sales presentation, and you've talked to the same person, and you've talked to them over and over and over again, and eventually they say yes, but it took you 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times to get to that, to get them to say yes. So the key to this is that if you can hopefully, quote unquote, overcome someone's objections and answer their questions, is it possible that maybe we could get to a yes or a no, for that matter, faster, a little bit more efficiently, and perhaps be able to move on to the next level in a faster amount of time? That's really what we're looking at. So starting with that, one of the biggest things to look at is this, in my opinion, is in sales and the type of a ticker item that we're looking at here, say real estate-wise. And I know we've got a couple other salespeople here in the audience, so equate this to whatever you're in your sales product. But you can generally, quote unquote, talk somebody into buying something for like $5. I mean, no, think about it. How many times have you come and somebody offered you like some Girl Scout cookies? Here at the office, you felt obligated. You know, they bought some Girl Scout cookies from me. I'm buying some Girl Scout cookies from you. You buy Girl Scout cookies, right? Now you got a house full of Girl Scout cookies that you bought, right? Then you go to the supermarket. And on the way out, guess who's sitting there? Some other new girl, and what is she selling? She's selling Girl Scout cookies. Do you walk past that little girl and not give her $5 for the box, or do you at least buy 1 or 2 other boxes? Most cases, we'll still buy 1 or 2 other boxes, correct? Let me ask you a question. You just bought a $500,000 house today. Is there anybody at Ralph's that could sell you another $500,000 house today? Oh, the only thing is you get really pre-approved, right? So what I'm saying is that based upon the ticker item and what we're selling, what we're marketing, you're not going to just talk somebody into that. Since you're not going to talk somebody into that, one of the first things is to remember is that you're selling, but you're really not selling. You're providing information. And if you provide enough information, people will come and do as our Steve White tends to say, they will self-discover it for themselves. For those of you know Steve White, know that's what he says, right? We'll laugh at where he got that from. But first thing we're going to talk about here is the difference between a condition and an objection. The reason we want to talk about that is this. Anybody have an idea of what a condition is? Anybody can help me out with that? Well, David.
One of the most famous conditions I've ever received was buyer and asking for it. He said, you have her money and send it to her family. That would be a condition.
Yes, and hopefully we don't. Hopefully you don't run into that condition often. But yeah, absolutely, that's a condition. Oh, yeah, right. When she died? Okay. So let me ask you, did she ever come back? Grandma's still living. A condition, though, honestly, though, as David put it, though, a condition really is something that you can't do anything about. So for us in our business, beside what David gave to us, you got this buyer that's extremely motivated. The buyer wants to buy. They're ready to get in your car, and they're ready to buy today. You pull their FICO score, and their FICO score is a 420. Is that a condition, or is that an objection? That's a condition. They'll buy from you, but they can't. Your buyer's approved for FHA financing. They're only qualified up to what a condo purchase is. The condo project is not FHA approved. Is that a condition? Or is that it's a condition. It's something that you can't do anything about. The reason you want to know the difference between a condition and an objection is you're never going to overcome the person with the 420 FICO score. Now, you can point them in the right direction, help them, assist them so where they get themselves in a position to be able to purchase. But you sitting in front of them right there at that point, you're going to knock yourself till you're blue in the face trying to get them to be able to qualify, and they're at a 420 FICO score, right? So why do that? Why not move on to the next person, and that will hopefully enable you to make a transaction a little bit sooner, a little bit faster, and hopefully be able to service and help a family and put them into a home or help them sell a home into what they're looking to do, right? Somebody give me an example of an objection. Can anybody give me an example of objection beside David? Because he's been in business as long as me. Somebody else give me an idea of an objection.
I don't want to buy now.
I don't want to buy now. That's a good one. Rebecca. House prices are still going to go up. And thank you for that. Absolutely. Interest rates may go down. Exactly. So these are all conditions. Am I correct? Now let me ask you something. Have you heard that more than one time, Carlos? You've heard, so
they keep going up instead of going down.
Right. And if they're going down and they're going up, do you hear something the opposite? But you hear the same quote-unquote objection all the time, correct? Just one buyer? Just like that?
He was waiting for the interest to go down.
Uh-huh.
And he said, you're absolutely right. They're going up. I need to step up. And I haven't soon because he's selling like 70 listings and he only priced it like 10. And it's like, you're absolutely right. I told my wife, just give up on this guy because he's not really willing to buy it, although we talked to him plenty of times.
Right.
He was always, I don't know, but yeah, bottom line,
But the bottom line, that's an objection, and it's an objection that you'll hear more than one time. Reason why I'm saying that is, listen, that for the last 20, I'll only claim 25 years. So for the last 25 years, guess what? Every seller wants to make more money and doesn't want to pay you. They'll pay me. They don't want to pay you. Every buyer, they want the best price. They want a deal. They want the best financing. They don't want to put any money down, and whatever the sales price is, they want it for lower than that. You know that going in the door. Every seller wants too much money. They don't want to pay you. Every buyer wants lower, and whatever fixed, they want repairs, blah, blah. They all want that. You know that going into the door, right? So why not be prepared for it before you get there? You already know what the objections are going to be. Why not be prepared before you get there? one of the things to remember is this as well, is when your potential customers are giving you objections, that's a good thing. That's what they're naturally taught to do. Think about yourselves. Now, right now, you're in a class for objection handling, right? Guess what your buyers and sellers are? Right now, they're in a seminar, how to avoid saying yes to the salesperson. See, everybody's got a job to do. Your job is to sell. Their job is to make it as hard for you as possible. Now, unfortunately, some of them are doing their job a little bit better than some of us. Am I correct? That's what they're doing. From kids, we're taught not to say yes. I mean, how many times somebody comes knock on the door on Sunday when you're watching a football game and you're taught not to open the door? Or how many times when the phone rings and you tell your kids, don't answer that? You know, or you go to the caller ID and the caller ID happens to say it's Sears, and you know they're calling about the refrigerator, and you don't pick up that phone, right? So we're all taught the same things. So that being said, and you understand the psyche of the people that you're working with, first thing you don't do is you don't take it personal. You don't take it personal because somebody doesn't say yes to you automatically, and that they don't say yes to you at the first moment, right? Now, if you notice, remember that I said something. I didn't say they don't say yes to realtors. I said they don't say yes to salespeople. Give you a quick nugget. You guys are salespeople. You're not just real estate people. You're salespeople. You are not in the business of selling real estate or whatever you're selling. You are in the business of marketing your real estate services or whatever your services are. The reason why I say that is if you are not properly marketing yourself where people will come and talk to you about whatever your service is, they don't know whether you're good or not, whatever. You can't sell real estate to somebody if you don't have any clients. You have to market your service. You can't sell Legal Shield to someone if they don't know you sell Legal Shield. You have to market your services. So, just from a mindset standpoint, if you remember that you're marketing your services, if you market your services properly, doesn't that automatically begin to put you in a better position for the objections that you're going to face? Think about it. Absolutely. It puts you in a better position because you're going to get them. You might as well be in the best position that you possibly can upon once you do, right?